Good board, Josh. One more. Ooh.
1v1, let's go.
All right. 16-19.
Come on, Roz, game point.
Ooh, it doesn't matter. Woo.
All right, come on.
All right. 19-19.
They can't stop me, bro. They can't stop me, bro.
What the hell? Oh. Shake takes it home with a dunk.
Let's go. Good game, man.
19-21, Shake. I'll take that. That was back and forth. That was nice.
Hey, LD hitting shots from the Rise courts. Great game.
Great game.
Sweating over here.
You know, this is what it is. Close.
Happy Friday night, everyone. Now let's check out the starters for the Detroit Pistons. Ivy at the 2 with Thompson at the 3. Duran out there with Isaiah Stewart. And it's Cunningham in at the 1. And for the Grizzlies, Ja Morant is out there with MP. Then it's Jaren Jackson. Then it's Desmond Bane. And it's LaRavia in at the power forward position. Well, Smitty, you want dunks and fast breaks and high-flying basketball? Well, you're in luck tonight, my friend. These are two athletic teams here.
Yes, indeed. BA, I played on a team with great athletes in Portland. Those were fun squads to play on. Each trip down the court, you never knew what could happen.
And the bucket is good.
That was a case of Ivy wanting it more. Pure desire.
Morant, the pass to MP. Now Bane, defended by Thompson. Morant against Cunningham. 6 to shoot. And Morant gets it to go.
Well, Morant's awareness in the pick and roll is special. He usually makes the right reads.
First quarter, just over a minute played. Thompson in the post. Guarded by Bane. Thompson, no good.
Aggressive mindset, but the defender just as determined to send him away empty-handed.
And reconstructing their roster, Smitty. Detroit's had some high picks to work with.
They have, and they've made good use of those. I'm seeing some all-NBA level potential. But when you rebuild through the draft, it really takes time, BA.
Now here's Thompson. Ivy outside. Shoots over Morant. And it's LaRavia with a rebound.
The defense is right there. Quality contest, and they threw him off his rhythm.
A nice shot by MP.
Yes, MP has a mid-range game, too. Awesome.
The Pistons have gone 1 for 3 so far. Morant against Cunningham. Down low. Here's Stewart. Hangs in the air. And he sinks the layup.
No, just an easy reverse for him. He has nice feel and touch around the bucket.
MP outside. First quarter ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Here's Morant. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
You can tell Ja Morant is having fun when he's out there on the floor. He has an infectious enthusiasm for the game that spreads to his whole team.
And he knocks down the first one. And so he hits both. The Pistons have gone 2 for 5 here in the first. To the inside. And Ivy gets it to go on the assist by Cunningham.
Textbook play by Cade Cunningham. He knows better to mess up that open look.
From the high post. Yes, on the jumper. MP's got 6 points. The Pistons have gone 3 of 6 from the floor. Detroit calls timeout. Last time they met in Detroit.
Well, in this last matchup, they captured the win in large part because their backups provided a lot of the scoring punch.
It's not unusual these days. Teams are more than willing to go deep into that bench.
Let's take a moment here to get your take, guys, on the scoring so far for Memphis.
So far for me, they found a lot of good shots in the mid-range. They've been fearless attacking with the jump shot.
Another thing is they've created lots of second chances at the line, knocking down a high percentage of their free throws tonight.
Well, Steve, how about the offensive growth of Desmond Bane season to season?
BA, he's getting more assertive out there. Bane, he hunts shots and he takes shots, which is allowing him to increase his offensive impact.
And Detroit, let's look at who they've got. Cunningham and Ivy with Isaiah Stewart out there with Thompson. And it's Duren in at the center position.
Thanks, guys. Well, MP in their last time out against the Bucks played some superb basketball. He had 14 points and did a nice job of spreading the ball around. A surprise effort from a guy who typically plays a smaller role. We'll see if he can keep building the momentum.
That's good stuff, Allie. He really made his presence felt in that one, doing some heavy lifting.
And I think he'll try and repeat that performance tonight.
And I'm sure coach is hoping for that as well, but every night's different. Who knows, maybe someone else will have to step up this time.
And here's Cunningham. He'll bring it up for Detroit. And here's Ivy. He had a 24-point outing in their last game against Atlanta. Pass to Morant. On the wing, Bane. Second quarter of basketball. Just over a minute and a half played so far. And Morant good for three. Morant's got 19 points.
If Morant is hitting threes with consistency, Ja is unstoppable.
Ivy. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
Personal foul.
Smitty, we used to sing NBA father-son combos, but how about the Ivies?
Yes, B.A. Jaden is the son of a former WNBA star, Neil Ivy, a big-time Division I head coach. She schooled Jaden in the driveway. So much fun seeing the mother-son pro connection. Talk about guys who hit the ground running. Jaden Ivey has been working hard non-stop to make a splash here in the league.
The Pistons have gone just 1 of 3 to begin the second quarter. Stewart outside. There's the three. They get the rebound. Duren with the bucket. Duren's got his first 2 points of the night.
Back in the day, someone would have blocked him out, but times have changed.
MP drives in. Outside for Morant. Back to MP. Lets it fly from 18. Rebound Detroit.
It's been that kind of quarter for him. The shot has just been unreliable.
Here's Cunningham. That one off the back iron and out. The Grizzlies have gone 3 for 7 here in the second quarter. Payne, the pass to MP. Back to Payne. And he buries his first look.
Desmond Bane showing off his strength. That's a tough shot inside.
On the wing, Ivy. The three. Yes. And a nice assist from Thompson. Ivy's got 11 points.
He's really carrying the load, but no man can do it all by himself.
Time called here. The Grizzlies decide to talk it over. And Grant, some players feel like certain officials have it out for them. Did you ever see any of that?
You know what?
Ja Morant, he's feeling it tonight.
With the score, your Grizzlies 44, the Pistons 28. Your Grizzlies youth dance team.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. Oh, a fantastic game from Ja Morant in this one.
I like how they control the tempo and play to his strengths.
And many of those quality shots have been jumpers. A very high percentage of those in the first half.
They've got Ja Morant. He's out there with MP. Desmond Bane is out there with Jackson. And it's Laravia in at the 4-man spot. That's the lineup out there for the Grizzlies. Now here's Cunningham. He's scoreless. Shoots over Morant. And that one's good. Cunningham.
A 6'6" point guard, Cade Cunningham, can shoot over you.
Memphis has gone 3 of 4 from distance in this game. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Well, Brian, in his 10th season in the league, Mason Plumlee started shooting left-handed. He said, quote, "It felt good changing, and the more I practice, it just shortened my decision. It's about the result, and I'm happy I made the change. I don't even question it, and that's where I like to be." Brian?
Well, it's working for him, whatever he's doing. Alec, good stuff there. Thank you. They get it again. Tries again. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
Great move by Isaiah Stewart. He's undersized, but he has all the tricks.
That one's off. One thing about Isaiah Stewart, Steve, he is an enforcer.
Yeah, he can move bigs around at both ends. At the bucket, he'll score right through you, and he fights for rebounds.
And he sinks the second.
And Stewart continues to prove himself as a vital cog on this team. A talented big man who plays with tons of energy.
Pass to MP. From 13. Thompson pulls it in. Detroit has gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the third. Now here's Ivy to the middle. Here's Stewart. And finished off by Stewart.
Nice speed from Jake. You can see him making strides as a playmaker.
Here's Larabia. MP outside. Rebounded by the Pistons.
His inability to make shots has not brought this team down. That shows you their resourcefulness.
Nice touch on both ends of that alley-oop.
Hey, when he let go of the pass, I had no idea what he was going for. On the wing, Bain, defended by Thompson. Outside for Moran. And he lobs it up top. And the dunk by Jackson.
One thing that makes Jared such a great alley-oop target is his hands, measured at enormous 10 inches long.
And so Cunningham will bring it up for the Detroit Pistons. Down by 15. Their next game is at Barclays Center in Brooklyn for a game with the Nets. That'll be the third stop of this 4-game trip to the paint. Here's MP. Duren with a rebound. For Detroit, they've gone 3 of 5 from the field in this third quarter. Jackson against Thompson. Here's Duren. The basket's good. The assist from Thompson. Duren's got 6.
He is really shouldering the load on the offensive end and doing an outstanding job. But he needs the rest of his team to step up.
Timeout call. Memphis.
Let me hear you right now.
And some changes here. Pistons shooting an average of 43% from the floor. Setting the floor for Detroit. Ivy at the 2 with Thompson at the 3. Isaiah Stewart out there with Jalen Duren. And it's Cunningham, then it's 1. Oh, and the jam by Thompson.
The athleticism of Thompson showing up right there. I mean, just explosive off the bounce.
On the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Good looks by our terrific camera crew. Here's MP. And Ivy pulls it down.
This has been a close game in a lot of ways, but they do have an edge on the board.
That puts them in the lead.
The assist.
And the Pistons lead by 2.
Man, that's now 10 straight points in the paint. I'm not sure what's happened to their defense.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Stewart.
He was all over that pass. That's a cautionary tale.
A little bit late there, but you tried to get into your opponent's head. Forced them to go somewhere else with the ball, and he did that.
Here's Jackson. And Ivy pulls it down. Ivy's got 4 rebounds in the game. Here's Cunningham. Okay, powers it in.
Assist.
Strong pass there to set up the basket.
Memphis has gotten 3 of their 7 threes to find the net in this matchup. Here's MP. Shot is good off the back rim and in.
Good feed from John. This demonstrates what an excellent leader he can be.
Thompson against Bain. Here's Stewart. Oh, and Jackson with the block. And they recover it. Here's Ivy. The rebound by Jackson.
Easy chance for mid-range. Wouldn't be surprised to see them run that play again.
And there it is for him.
Jaren proving how strong he is on these finishes. Great job.
Pass to Duren. Oh, it's blocked by Jackson. Moran against Cunningham. MP, the pass to Jackson. Now here's Moran. And he's going for the oop here. Jackson can't get it to go.
That could have been an easy pass and finish. Not really sure what went wrong.
It started off looking good, but the timing was just a little off, and sometimes that's all it takes. There was a mix-up defensively. Left him all alone. He just couldn't hit it.
Outside Bain. Over Cunningham. Bain, no good. The Pistons have gotten 3 of 7 attempts in this fourth quarter to fall. Oh, and Jackson with the block.
You got to be alert whenever Jaren is nearby lurking, because he's a superb shot blocker.
And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for Memphis.
It's easy for me. Look at their defensive effort all game. The block total shows their commitment to contesting shots.
They're also finding a lot of points tonight off transition play, running the floor and using the fast break to beat the defense.
Detroit calls timeout. They're down by 2. 1:56 left in the fourth.
There's no way coach likes this effort level. They need to refocus.
It's so easy to get run over when you lose even a little edge. Look for them to come out much more aggressive.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hey guys, during that last break, I heard Ime Udoka as he talked with the team. And a big reason their team is down, the three-point line. Coach saying in the huddle, we have to battle on the perimeter. They're outplaying us from the arc. Guys?
All right, Allie, thanks once again. Cunningham passes to Ivy. Clock at 6. Here's Thompson. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right iron.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
Reason why it takes extra energy to do it. You have to trust your defensive rotations, but it's worth it.
All right, time for an injury report. All right, a good chance to get an update on Nikola Vucevic's injury. Let's go to Allie LaForce.
I was able to catch up with the Grizzlies' head athletic trainer. As of right now, he's calling it a severely sprained ankle, which I'm sure isn't what Coach wanted to hear. And for a team with a thin roster, this injury really hurts. They will need everyone to step the game up.
Okay, Allie, thank you. Boy, this injury definitely looks like it could be serious, guys.
Here's hoping it's not, but yeah, this team may have to get used to playing without him for a bit.
I know he'll fight back hard to get back on the floor. He wants to be out here with his teammates.
Here's Ivy. Banked it in off the glass. And the Pistons lead by 3.
Big bucket from Jaden Ivey, a high lottery pick for a reason.
Pass to Laravia. Back to Moran. MP with it. And it's in. Oh, what a sensational bucket. That brings it within 1. This might be a turning point.
Massive possession here.
Cunningham with the ball. Guarded by Moran. They get it again. Duren. And it's good.
Whoa, that is as clutch as it gets. Big time play.
This is why we all watch. The NBA is about these moments.
Moran looking around. Yes, sir. And throwing down.
Every team needs a closer in the clutch. Morant proving he's that guy.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Second personal foul. Second team foul.
He hits the first one, and that'll put him up 2.
For Detroit. Ivy. 2 shots.
So he gets them both, and it's a 3-point game.
Huge shots. Tremendous job stepping up in a big way for them at the stripe.
Timeout called. Memphis. They're down by 3. 23 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Give a big welcome to your Grizzlies.
23 seconds left in the fourth quarter. He connects! And Dylan brings it within one.
Yes, he did. He showed up in the clutch. MVP getting it done.
And they stop the clock as soon as they can with the intentional foul.
Yeah, just a must-foul situation to stop.
At the line for the Pistons,
First free throw is good, and that'll put him up 2. And so he drops them both, and it's a 3-point game.
The pressure is on for Jaden Ivey at the line.
All right, now a timeout called by Memphis. They're down by 3. 17 seconds left in the fourth quarter here. All right, guys, what do you think?
Tricky situation here. They need some kind of bucket to stay alive.
Also, interesting choice to be made right here. Need either a 3 or a quick 2 and a 5.
17 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. Morant, the pass to MP for 3. And he an enormous three-pointer. Detroit calls timeout.
make some noise. Pick some noise. Grizzlies.
Cunningham fires the three. Can't knock in the three. Time expires. We're going to over. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. Well, 4 quarters weren't enough to decide this ball game. Sit back and enjoy as we move on to overtime. And so it's the
Substitution
checked
on the
in for
court.
Williams.
At
And
the
the
line
switch
for
here
the
also
Pistons,
for Detroit.
James
Stewart,
White.
he's checked in for Durant.
At the line for one.
Brandon Clark out there with Jackson. Then there's Ja Morant. Then it's Jackson. And it's MP in at the 2. Memphis trailing here. Pass to Jackson. Back to Morant. Over Cunningham. Oh, Morant from close range.
Tremendous effort from Ja Morant, letting his team know they can rely on him.
Detroit calls timeout.
Who wants a free t-shirt? Get on your feet and help us find
Detroit has gone 2 for 2 from distance since overtime began. And the foul called on MP. That's his first foul of the game.
First personal
And
foul.
there's just one foul
Second
now away
team
from the
foul.
penalty.
The Pistons making a
Down
switch
to the
here.
lineup for the
Ivy's
Pistons.
checked in.
Ivy. 2 minutes remaining in overtime.
Morant against Cunningham. Ivy outside. The 3 is up. It's rebounded by Memphis. Clark's got 4 rebounds now. MP, the pass to Jackson. Outside Morant. Lets it go from deep. Detroit with a rebound. About 90 seconds off the clock and extra time now. Pass to Cunningham. Now Stewart. Hook loose. Stolen by Jackson. And the Grizzlies pushing it up now. Jackson finds some space. And Cunningham pulls it down. And so Cunningham will bring it up for the Pistons. Leading by 5. Nails it from 3. Ivy's got 20 points.
Off the ball, Jaden Ivey with the concentration on that shot.
Morant, pass to Clark. And here's MP. Ivy defends. Oh, he nails it! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
You can tell MP is not afraid to step up for his team. He's that guy.
Here's Ivy. No good with a layup. And it's the Grizzlies with the ball. Here's Clark. And the the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way. That's on Isaiah Stewart.
It was a strong move. The shot's
At the
just a
line for
little
your
off.
Grizzlies,
Desmond Bain, he's
Brandon
checked in
Clark.
for Memphis. Duran, he's checked in for Detroit. Thompson comes in for Fontecchio. So he comes up empty, missing both. And now we've got an intentional foul. The Grizzlies making a switch here. Laravia's checked in.
13 foul. Coming onto the floor for your Grizzlies, Laravia.
A basket here would give them some breathing room.
Slow down. No need to hurry. Take the best shot available.
And they go to the intentional foul.
Ja Morant, his third personal foul.
Good on
14
the first.
foul.
And that increases the lead to
At
6.
the line for the Pistons,
So much of the offense revolves around Cade Cunningham. He can do it all. Productive trip to the line extended their lead.
Laravia passes to MP. Kicks it out to Bain. There's the triple. Cash. And now they qualify for 4.
Desmond Bain showing no nerves.
Memphis foul.
And an intentional foul there stops the clock.
Second personal foul. 15 foul. Shooting for Detroit, Thompson.
He gets the
At the
first,
line for 2.
and that puts him up 5. And he cannot convert on the second. That misses.
Part of why Asar Thompson was an attractive prospect was his raw athleticism. I mean, he can run the floor, he can easily jump up to the rim, and scouts absolutely love that.
Timeout call, Memphis. They're behind by 5. There's 18 seconds left to play in overtime. All right, guys, what's your take?
An uphill battle for them. Everything has to go perfectly.
They also need to get the best shot you can as quickly as you can, and then immediately foul.
There's 18 seconds left in OT. The 17-footer. It falls! What a beautiful shot! Brings him within 3!
Tough to miss that man. Desmond Bain read the defense perfectly.
And they're going to prolong the game with an intentional foul.
Yeah, and there's no question they have to foul. Now, I'm sure they would have preferred to avoid it.
So the first one drops, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. Second one is good, getting both at the line, and it's a 5-point game.
And that's a wrap. Those free throws being the nail in the coffin.
Timeout call, Memphis. They're behind by 5. 11 seconds left in overtime. Your thoughts, guys?
Searching for a fast bucket and a way to stretch things out.
And on the defensive end, they'll have to foul whoever gets the ball. No time left to be picky. Using his height and length there to prevent the second chance opportunity.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Personal foul.
He drops the first one, and that increases the lead to 6.
Taking 2 shots.
And so both free throws good, and it's a 7-point game.
This OT has been somewhat lackluster, mainly because both teams are clearly exhausted.
So we see the Pistons get the win here. It was touch and go there for a while, but in overtime they caught a second win.
They really did, and it was wild. Everything it took just to get to the extra period, and then their surge at the end.
And that about wraps it up. For Steve Smith, Allie LaForce, and
What's good, NBA 2K TV? This is Kevin Cruz, and my favorite feature in NBA 2K24 has been the introduction of Pro Play. And I've created some mean Steph Curry combos that I take with me to every game mode, whether it's in my team or in the rec. And I have been absolutely destroying with this combo. And I really can't wait where the team brings this.
Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. So glad you could join us on this Saturday night. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. DA will join us tonight on the sideline. A look at the 76ers starting group. The pairing up front is Harris and Embiid. Lowry out there with Buddy Hield, and it's Oubre in at the 3 spot. And for Memphis, we've got Jaren Jackson, Desmond Bane out there with Santi Aldama. Then there's John Morant, and it's MP in at the 2 spot. And Greg, on paper, this looks like a real mismatch. These teams have very different expectations.
And in any matchup like this, the early stages are important. The team coming in as a big underdog has to keep it close, otherwise things can go south in a hurry.
Lowry showing you the veteran smarts there, able to sniff out when the D has overcommitted and taking advantage.
And he banks in the layup.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
Now here's Morant. Last game we saw him score 32. Gomes misses. And so it's Oubre with it. He brings it up for Philadelphia. 4-point game. Their last encounter was in Philadelphia.
Yeah, and in that one, they caused a lot of misfires with their intensity on the defensive end.
And the hustle they showed on that end was infectious, contagious. I mean, their squad really got after him.
Well, Morant's acrobatics often get the attention, but his passing is also elite.
Here's Harris. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
First personal foul.
In terms of the ideal stretch 4, Tobias Harris fits the mold.
Yeah, he does so much so well on the court. He's an excellent three-point shooter, helps face the floor. But as a defensive end, he's versatile, he's tough, battles on the glass as well. And I just love his overall game. Shooting 2.
That's good from Harris.
You know, over time, I think Harris has become really good at accepting more responsibility, and that's part of learning how to be a leader.
He's perfect from the line this time.
He's as solid as it gets from the line. I mean, give him the opportunity, he's cashing in on those.
The pass to Gomes. Back to Morant. MP against Hield. Gomes misses. For Philadelphia, they've gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Passes it to Embiid. Shoots. The shot's good on the assist by Lowry.
A focal point in this offense, Embiid has no hesitation shooting off the catch.
Morant passes to Embiid. Rebound by Joel Embiid.
And if you ask me what percentage of the time he's making that shot, my answer would be in the single digits.
Well, you can't be forcing a shot like that. You got to keep the ball moving, get something better. Boy, just not scoring with the efficiency he'd like to. Tough quarter for him.
Morant reaches to Embiid. Another miss by MP.
Boy, just cannot buy a bucket, guys. I'll tell you what, that's a painful quarter for him, and it's painful for me to watch, too.
Pass to Harris. Fades away. Off the left rim and out. The Grizzlies trail by 6. Well, Clark, even with all their roster movement, all the player moves they've made, the 76ers have managed to have sustained success.
You know what, Kevin, I agree. Their roster has gone through a lot of changes recently with key players being moved, which makes it even harder to sustain success. But they found a way to keep winning. Well, that's a mistake to give him any kind of space from behind the arc. All MP needs is just a little daylight to knock it down.
Now here's Hield. He's coming off a 16-point game against Miami. And the foul called on MP.
Second team foul.
That is his first foul of the game.
Substitution on the
and
court.
some changes here for the Grizzlies. Laravia's checked in, and it's Jackson in for MP. And then for Philadelphia. Memphis has gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Jackson is out there with John Jackson. Then it's MP. Then it's Williams. That's the lineup of the game for Memphis.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
And the short break in the action gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Hey guys, MP in the last game against Detroit had a huge game. He finished with 19 points, and he did a good job to dish out a few assists to his teammates as well. It was a great combination for a guy who's considered to be more of a role player for this team. We'll see what he can bring to the table tonight, Kevin.
Excellent, David. Yeah, he was very assertive in that last game, making things happen.
Absolutely made his presence felt, and I wouldn't be surprised if he tries to get it going.
I agree. They really need him. They need his energy, and they need his talent on the floor.
Here's Payne. And he converts the layup.
You know, he doesn't have the quickness of some guys, but he does see everything, including that opening.
And Gomes kicks to Jackson. Back to MP. From the top of the key. It's hauled in by the 76ers. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of Miami.
And that was a shocker. Hard to believe that they dropped the ball, so to speak, on that one. And probably a tough pill for them to swallow.
And to lose it like they did, too. Wow, right at the end, man, makes it even tougher to take.
From deep three-point territory. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. Embiid's got his 4th rebound in this one.
How about Joel Embiid? A high-risk, high-reward pick turns into a superstar.
Yeah, that's well said, Greg. I mean, he sat out 2 years before even seeing the NBA court. Sustained a foot injury before being drafted. Persevered through that. And is now one of the most dominant big men and players in the game.
And now the 76ers on the break. Boy, that looked like goaltending. Yes, it is. And so they will award the best of
Awesome.
Substitution on the
the
court.
first half of action. What's been up
In the first half with the score, your Grizzlies 43, the 76ers 42.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Kyle Lowry has just been sensational.
And the way that he has helped out with the ball movement has been a difference maker early on.
And, you know, that's not a job they asked him to do very often. But in the first half, I thought he was in perfect sync with his teammates.
And on the floor for Nick Nurse as we get into the second half. The pairing up front is Harris and Embiid. Buddy Hield is out there with Lowry, and it's Oubre in at the small forward.
Easy to understand why people love watching MP play, especially when he's catching and firing like this.
Morant right side. The three from MP. Good. And a nice assist from Morant. Morant's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. And so Lowry will bring it up for Philadelphia. They trail by 7. That'll be the 3rd game of this 3-game road trip. Now here is Harris, defended by Aldama. It's deflected, and he gets it back. Here's Hield. Another miss by Philadelphia.
Ugh, ugly start. The second half, they've missed their first 4. They've got to get on track.
MP finishes inside. Great. You look at the size of some of these point guards now. Magic Johnson would feel right at home.
Yeah, it's a part of a larger trend with all the switching defensively. If you have just one smaller guy on the floor, he is going to get targeted.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. For the Sixers, it's championship or bust. Joel Embiid said there's nothing to be happy about just getting to the conference finals or the finals. You got to win the whole thing. That's the goal. And every single day, it's just trying to find ways to make that happen. Back to you.
Yeah, all or nothing. David, thank you.
And I love the tenacity, guys. He simply can will his way into games at times and exert his presence.
The 76ers decide to take their first time out here.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
Yeah, you know, just look at the numbers, guys. I mean, they are being taken to the woodshed in the paint.
Reedy's checked in for the 76ers. A moment here now to see the numbers for Joel Embiid. Here's Lowry. He's got 11. Pass to Embiid. On the way, Harris. Good ball movement here by the 76ers. Lowry's shot is good.
Yeah, that's good vision from Harris. I mean, he draws so much attention himself, so he's become a capable passer.
Here's MP. And it's Joel Embiid with the rebound.
You know, even though they have the lead, you can tell he's frustrated with himself that he's not doing more.
Lowry passes to Embiid. Embiid is just too strong inside.
Defense goes right at Embiid, but that size and strength of his, he just powers right through him.
MP kicks to Bain. Whistle blows, bucket is good. He'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play. The 76ers lead. MP out there with Morant. Then it's Santi Aldama. Then there's Desmond Bain. And it's Jackson in at the 5. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. Embiid dishes to Hield. Oh, good with the triple.
And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively.
Jackson passes to MP to take the lead. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Here's Hield, and then Hield with the toe.
Because you have to respect that outside shot. The drive is often there for Hield.
MP outside. Outside, Bain. Back to MP. Left side, Jackson. On the wing, Bain. MP fires from way outside. And they're unable to get the tying basket there.
And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
Jackson against Embiid, and finished off by Martin.
Embiid gives you a lot. Scoring, rebounding, defense, and he can also beat you with the pass.
Morant reaches to Embiid. About a minute and a half into the fourth quarter now. It's good. Gomes has got 10 points in just the second half. The 76ers leading by 3. The pass to Payne. Knocks it loose. And it's Morant with the rebound. Morant's got 6 rebounds in the game. He dishes it to MP. Back to Morant. Passes it to Aldama. Here's Payne. It's hauled in by Harris. Harris has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Hield. Drops in the layup for 2. And the 76ers lead by 5.
Efficiency has been the hallmark right now down the stretch. He is making the most of his opportunity.
And he makes that one. And that's now 18 points for MP.
And he has got that shot in the bag. MP making that jumper.
Timeout. And Philadelphia calls time here.
It's that time, Grizzlies fans. Here comes your Grizzlies.
And now, a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, Kyle Lowry.
Boy, how about the high percentage he shot from the floor? I mean, come on now. It got to a point where you just assumed every shot he took was going to find the bottom of the net. That's how locked in he was all game long.
Here's what Philadelphia's going with right now. Kelly Oubre's checked in for Kenyon Martin. And it's Kyle Lowry in for Cameron Payne. Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Well, during that break, Coach Nick Nurse talked to his team. Now it's a close one, so Coach asked his team to keep their focus. He said this game's going to come down to mistakes. If we play clean, we'll win. Great game tonight. Let's see how it winds up. Guys?
Thank you, David. Shot clock at 6. Morant with the steal. He slams it down.
No stranger to big moments. Morant wants to be the man to take and make the big shot.
Awesome rewind, courtesy of the AT&T 5G Slam King. Now he passes to Embiid. Embiid punches it down.
That's serving it up on the platter there. What a nice pass. A high percentage look was the result.
MP outside. Good D by Hield.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
The Grizzlies trail by 6. Here's Payne. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the ball and will shoot 2. First personal foul. First team let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for Philadelphia.
Well, you know, in some circles, this is an unpopular point, but there can be value in taking the mid-range shot. This team is certainly proving that tonight.
And another thing, they continue to work it inside and score. It's clear their game plan is attacking the paint as much as possible. And good, aggressive basketball in that trip, drawing the foul, the free throws, and then also narrowing the gap.
Embiid kicks to Hield. No one near him. And a little help that time, but it drops. Hield's got the lead up to 6 now for the 76ers. The Grizzlies have gone 3 of 8 here in the 4th quarter. Morant reaches the goals. Over Hield. Money! And now they trail by just 4.
And when they need it most, the team knows they can count on MP in any situation.
And he commits the intentional foul.
Morant. Second personal foul. First team foul.
Hield, the pass to Lowry. Back to Hield. And that's an intentional foul.
John Morant. His third personal foul. Second
First
team
free
foul.
throw is good, and that puts them up by 5.
For the 76ers.
Everybody knows about how Buddy Hield is an incredible three-point threat. But what I love, here's a guy with a bunch of years playing 80 or more games. Love that durability. He's ready to go whenever they call his name.
So they foul intentionally.
First personal foul. Third team foul. Shooting for Philadelphia.
It's the first one,
Joel
and that makes it a
Embiid.
7-point
2
lead.
shots.
Constant evolution of Embiid's game. Really impressive. The credit to his work ethic. Continues to get better, becoming a bigger threat with his improved arsenal.
And it's Morant missing. They could stretch the lead to double digits.
I mean, which would obviously put them in a very comfortable position.
Outside Lowry. So the 76ers win it. And in
That's
the
the end
win,
of the
a
game.
comfortable win in what was, I think, gee, a
Folks,
pretty
we'd
hostile
like to thank
environment.
you for
It
coming
really
out
was. You
and
know, it's
supporting
never
your
going
team.
to be easy
Please
on
drive
the
home
road. They
safely,
didn't have
and
too
we
many
hope to see you
problems
again
with that
at the
tonight.
next
Thank
event.
you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. See you next time.
And for our finale for the 2K TV wrap party, we've got Team 2K TV versus the world. So welcome to the show. This is very exciting because we're going to run 5v5 today.
Shout out to all of the community joining us here today. You guys are awesome at the game, and I'm a little bit intimidated. Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Let's talk about the strategy on how to beat Team 2K TV.
The strategy is just to move the ball, get some shots up, and I don't think we have to do too much, but you never know.
Let's do it.
Yes.
Bash, cash, splash. You know what I mean?
Let's introduce our Team 2K TV for today. We've got John.
Still running my 7'1" center. Do a little bit of everything, but mostly defense and rebounding.
Brian.
I'm running with my two-way diming slasher at point guard. I'm trying to limit hearing as many bash, cash, splash as possible.
LD2K.
Sharpshooting shot creator at point. We need some buckets. I can go and get them, but I'm going to try to set the table for my teammates. And hopefully we see some greens and not some red bricks.
Derek.
I'm running with a stretch 4. Hopefully I can hit these open shots if I get any.
And Rodney.
I'm running with my inside-out threat, Jason Tatum build.
And then we've got Danny in the stands.
You know, I'm a two-way facilitating crowd controller over here. Ready to watch this game.
I didn't even realize he was in the crowd. I didn't.
On the other side, in the community, we've got Bash World.
I am on a two-way inside the out score, incredible, phenomenal guard. You know, it's the build that don't miss.
Lily.
I got one of my favorite builds on the game, my park build.
Coming up next, the Spurs taking on the Grizzlies. For the San Antonio Spurs, eliminated from the playoff hunt. All that's left is to play spoiler. Grizzlies, Spurs, coming right up. Welcome to the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. What a beautiful Tuesday evening it is, folks. This is Brian Anderson, joined by Grant Hill and Richard Jefferson. Allie LaForce will be our reporter from the sideline. And a look at the starters for the Spurs. Johnson is at the 3 with Sohan down at the 4. Jones and Vassell are the 1 and the 2. And it's Wembanyama in at the center position. And for Memphis, Santi Aldama out there with Jaren Jackson. Then there's Ja Morant. Then it's Desmond Bane. And it's MP in at the shooting guard position. And now that we're late into the season, Grant, what do you think teams are trying to accomplish?
Well, you know, BA, for the playoff teams, it's all about getting the best seed and matchup possible. And, of course, for those lottery teams, just continuing to develop and build winning habits.
Inside, Vassell. Oh, a great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and a nasty jam.
And Vassell shows you why you better not disrespect his balance.
Morant, the pass to MP. To the paint. Aldama outside. 6 on the shot clock. Can't get his first shot of the game to fall. Here's San Antonio now. Back come the Spurs in transition.
Something Vassell is only improving at, recognizing these chances to drop an easy dime.
MP outside. Pass to Aldama. Here's MP. Nails the 16-footer.
With the basket.
And just about a minute into this first quarter. On the wing, Vassell takes a 3. The rebound by Jackson. And so it's Morant who brings up the ball for the Grizzlies. You know, they beat the Spurs during their last encounter in San Antonio.
Last time these teams met, it came down to the wire. The bench play in that game was the difference.
Anytime you get starter level production out of the second unit, you put yourself in a position to succeed.
Well, you really can't say enough about what Jaren Jackson Jr. has done since entering the league, RJ.
Yeah, BA, not only is he a walking bucket, but opposing offenses have to account for how good he is on the defensive end. That's why he was Defensive Player of the Year.
Now here's Bane. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. MP no good. San Antonio has gone 0 for 2 from outside. On the wing, Vassell. And that one's on target. From the wing.
He's been working on a shot, and it's showing in Vassell's game.
MP outside, kicks it out to Jackson. Out of bounds, it'll be Spurs ball.
You just couldn't make the connection, but you appreciate their attempt at moving the ball.
And about 2 minutes into the first quarter here. Vassell against Jackson. Vassell passes to Wembanyama. From outside, off the mark.
And he might have thrown himself off when he saw how much space he had from 3.
Pass to MP. Nice D from... Vassell.
Outstanding work to send him away. They sniffed that one out.
Outside Jones. Here's Wembanyama. Oh, Wembanyama throws it down.
Well, Victor doesn't have too far to go. I mean, he just pops up to the rim, makes it look so easy.
MP against Vassell. MP no good. And Wembanyama has the ball here for the San Antonio Spurs. 4-point game. They're coming off that loss against Philadelphia.
It was, frankly, embarrassing. I was shocked by their disorganization, and I think they were too.
Well, we'll see how they respond after that weak performance. It should tell us a lot about their character as a team.
Time called here. San Antonio decides to talk it over.
On your defense, here they come, your Grizzlies.
Big group substitution here for Memphis. Clark is checked in for Jackson. San Antonio leading. Richard, if you look at the culture in San Antonio, it's one of great integrity.
Yeah, from the ownership to the front office to the coaches to the players. I had the pleasure of playing there for 2.5 years, BA. I don't know if they would say the same, but this franchise is 100% class.
Jackson out there with Santi Aldama. Then it's Jaren Jackson. Then it's MP. And it's Williams in at the 2. That's the group for Memphis to kick off the second quarter.
Yeah, and there's still value in that mid-range shot. Of course, it helps if it's MP shooting it.
Here's Sohan, guarded by Aldama. Oh, and Jackson with the block. Here's MP. No, they're unable to get the tying basket there. Here's Johnson. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
Assist goes to
We're getting a chance to see Johnson's athleticism. This man can really get up and throw it down.
Aldama, left side. Back to MP from deep. Rebounded by Johnson.
Maybe he thinks he has that type of range, but I don't think his coaches will agree.
Yeah, and you're not going to just have the green light for long if you're chucking up bombs like that.
Now here's Vassell. He's coming off a 13-point game against Philadelphia. Here's Branham. Gets the 3 to fall. Branham's gotten himself on the board with a 3 there.
No, it's just ridiculous. He's just an absolute surgeon when he has the ball. This man is surgical. There is no way to slow him down when he wants to score.
Excellent D there from Aldama.
He did everything in his power to make that a hard shot.
Excellent D, avoided fouling, and got in perfect position to alter that shot.
Now here's Jackson. 7 points in the game. Oh, MP showing the mid-range.
And MP reminding the D how effective he is from deep. Nice 3-ball.
Here's Branham. Pass to Sohan. Here's Branham. Just 4 to shoot. Over MP. That one rolls around and rims out.
See, that miss right there, it's why teams try to avoid the mid-range jumper these days.
Thanks, guys. Well, MP in their last time out against the 76ers played really superb basketball. He contributed 20 points, and his range was on full display. He stepped up his game tonight, and you could tell his teammates loved seeing him go to work. Guys?
Yeah, spot on, Allie. He was aggressive in that game. Really took initiative.
He really made an impact, and he'll be looking to repeat that kind of performance again tonight.
I completely agree. They should go to him early. If he gets hot, I think another big game is coming.
Now here's Vassell, an aggressive player on offense, scoring around 16 a game. And it's in there.
Those are some hustle points. Really bonus points when you put in a miss.
Timeout call, Memphis. You know, there's some great ball handlers in the league today, but maybe not as much as in the past, RJ.
But most teams are more focused on ball movement now. Passing is the emphasis, not ISO play. But at the end of the day, you better have a guy late game that can do the ISO work.
So Memphis ends up going with a new group. And this is how the West looks with... And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. It's the Grizzlies up by 4. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half.
Please give a big round of applause for your Grizzlies Just Dance team.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple of quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Boy, you gotta like what we're seeing from Desmond Bane.
Yeah, they've done an amazing job of creating room to operate for him, and then of course executing.
I like how they came into this one with the game plan, and they're just going out and executing it. Terrific job.
Here's who Greg Popovich is starting the second half with. Vassell and Johnson are the 2 and the 3. Inside at the 4 and 5, it's Sohan and Wembanyama, and it's Jones in at the 1.
The beautiful all-around game of Johnson, so dependable when it comes to finding open teammates.
MP, the pass to Jackson. Here's MP. Sohan with a rebound. San Antonio trailing here. Maybe the first thing people notice about Sohan, his hairstyle, Richard.
Yeah, it could be pretty eye-catching there, B.A. I agree, but it does maybe distract from his play, which can at times be unique and just as flashy.
Now here's Jones. Right now contributing around 10.5 points a game. Johnson for 3. The offensive rebound. Back to Jones. Second shot opportunity, and the layup is good by Johnson. Johnson's got his second bucket on the night.
The defense needs to do more against Johnson. He gets assertive for the finish.
Gomes. Nice job by MP converting it tight.
A great move. I mean, the defense has no response.
Yeah, taking it right to the rim. One imagines that might be discussed at halftime. That's going to be on the film.
Here's Sohan, guarded by Aldama. The shot by Sohan, no good.
Showing great intensity around the rim is part of why he's a respected defender.
Yeah, you can see why he's established. That reputation, strong understanding of how to defend at the rim.
It's rebounded by Memphis. Aldama's got rebound number 5 here tonight. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
You could say the Spurs are in development mode. Vassell said there's a lot of potential, a lot of new opportunity. Just got to make sure we're growing each game and maturing. As long as we play together and we play the right way, we will have a chance to win every game. We still got the greatest coach of all time sitting back there. Brian?
Yeah, you'll get no argument here. Thanks, Allie. MP hits despite the tight D. And it's Jones with the ball for the Spurs. Trailing by 8. At the conclusion of this one, they're off to Oklahoma City, where they'll face the Thunder. That'll be the second of 2 games on the road. The Grizzlies have gone 4 of 6 from the floor in this third quarter. Pass to MP. Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. Nice D from Vassell. To the middle. Ooh, he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot there. Ja Morant.
Substitution on the court.
There's 25 seconds left in the third. Pass to LaRavia. Jackson on the wing. Now here's MP. Shot from 16, and it's good. Off the back of the rim and in. MP's got 8 points in the quarter.
Yeah, MP is having one of those nights, scoring effectively and doing it pretty much any way he wants.
And the basket by Brano.
3 points.
That takes us to the end of the third quarter. What a game. Neither team giving ground. It's the Grizzlies leading by 3. All right, we're going to step aside for just a second, but join us right back here for the start of quarter number 4 next. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
Serving it up on a platter, that is a beautiful dish. And 2 teammates on the same page.
3 tense quarters behind us. 1 more to go. Thanks for being with us as we get ready for the 4th. They've got Desmond Bain. He's out there with MP. Santi Aldama out there with Jackson. And it's Laravia in at the power forward position. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. Offensive rebound.
Yeah, such a difficult frame to guard. Wembanyama draws the foul easily.
A chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for Memphis.
They've been hitting consistently from mid-range all game. It's been a big part of their offensive production in this one.
Well, another major factor in the offensive performance was the fast break. Converting on those chances when they get them tonight.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by MP. The Grizzlies making a switch here. Morant's checked in. Jones, he's checked in for San Antonio. Well, San Antonio's shooting at a respectable 49%. Who poked away? Vassell passes to Wembanyama. Back to Vassell. Oh, no good. Had a chance to take the lead. Memphis leading. MP with it. He's picked up by Vassell. Here's MP. Nice spin off the left rim and in. MP's got 19 points.
Well, MP doesn't make it easy. On defenders using a little dribble move to throw off the coverage.
Morant against Jones. Johnson for 3. Here's Wembanyama. Uses the glass on the layup. Wembanyama's gotten 4 this quarter.
Yeah, terrific follow-through from Wembanyama, proving he has a good head on his shoulders.
Morant finds MP. Shot from the top of the key. San Antonio with a rebound. Vassell passes to Jones to take the lead. And Morant clears the board. Morant's got 6 rebounds now in the game. To the inside, Jackson. And a great assist by Morant as that one goes. Morant's got 6 assists in the game.
Just muscling it home from there. Jackson is no stranger to having to work over strong defense.
Here's Jones. Oh, it's blocked by Jackson. As it goes out of bounds, San Antonio will keep possession. Time called here. San Antonio decides to talk over.
I want everyone in this place to get up out of their seats.
Send it over to Allie LaForce.
Over the last break, I got a chance to hear what Greg Popovich was telling his team. Coach telling their team, this is a tight one. We need full effort defensively, 1 or 2 stops, and we will win this game. A coach preaching defense, a familiar tune.
All right, appreciate it, Allie.
If they want to come back, he needs to be better.
Morant, the pass to MP.
That's a shrewd move by MP, getting inside and drawing the whistle on the shot.
First team foul. At the line for your Grizzlies, MP.
No good on that one.
You have to admire MP's obvious love for the game. This guy just wants to get out there and play hard.
And he can't get the second one to drop either. Coming up empty that time.
Normally he sinks all of his free throws. The defense got lucky there.
Great D that time from Bain. Memphis has gone 5 of 12 from three-point range tonight. Sohan with a rebound. Sohan's got 4 rebounds now. Jones, the pass to Wembanyama, down low. Here's Sohan. And there's the slam. Dunk to finish it off.
What a smart pass from Wembanyama. Already adept at scanning the floor and finding open teammates.
Pass to MP, takes a 13-footer, and he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. MP's got 12 points here in the second half.
You can tell MP is not afraid to step up for his team. He's that guy.
Jones, the rebound by Jackson.
2 minutes remaining in the game.
And so MP will bring it up for Memphis. So far in the fourth, they've allowed just 6 points.
He did. I mean, MP understands how to read a defense, including how to spot overcommitments and getting it to open teammates.
Inside, stolen by Jackson. Morant surveying the floor. Pass to MP, back to Morant. And here's MP from outside. Good. Morant's got assist number 8 here already in the game. For the Spurs, this one not looking good. Outside Jones. To the inside. Knocks it loose. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Jackson. Here's Wembanyama, shoots over Jackson, and Wembanyama gets it to go.
Yeah, hard to contest Wembanyama. He can put such a high release on that shot.
Aldama outside. Morant, pass to MP. Knocked loose.
Well done on the glass. Gets himself in position where he can use his size.
Memphis has gotten 6 of 13 shots to go from outside the arc.
The shooter thought he had enough space, but the defender was right on him.
Did a great job closing the gap, making the shooter feel uncomfortable.
Pass to Jones. Count it! And now they trail by just 4.
And you want him taking good shots at this point in the game, and that one was easy.
Yeah, it's clear why they go to him in these moments. They know he's going to deliver for them.
Here's MP. Pulled the shot a little late.
This is why they go to him. And he coming up with the biggest play of the night.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. They're losing by 6. There's 42 seconds left in the game.
This is special. We are witnessing a legendary performance here tonight. He is like levels above everyone else on the floor. Something must have clicked for him in warm-ups tonight. He's just come out and he has run wild.
There's 42 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter of this one.
Willing and ready to bury these important shots.
Here's Johnson. Johnson. Money. And he's brought them within 2 points now.
Man, they needed a bucket. Johnson delivers.
Expect them to take their time this trip down.
Yeah, B.A. The clock is theirs to burn.
On the wing, MP. He's guarded by Vassell. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed first shot. So he'll get a pair at the line.
And even from where we're sitting, you can clearly tell it was a foul.
At the line for Memphis, Desmond Bain.
Shooting two.
Good on the first, and that makes it a three-point lead. And he hits both free throws here, and it's a 4-point ball game.
Coming up clutch there at the line, making it a two-possession game.
Time called here. San Antonio decides to talk it over. They're losing by 4. 16 seconds left in the fourth quarter. All right, guys, what's your take?
No doubt. They've got to get a quick bucket here.
Yeah, it has to be fast. They got to take the first good look they get.
Here's Johnson to the paint. Jones, the pass to Vassell. Johnson for 3. And it's Bain with the rebound. And so they foul intentionally.
Getting a little desperate at this stage. I mean, the clock's the big factor.
13 foul. At the line
the
for
first one,
Grizzlies,
and that puts him up 5.
The explosiveness of Morant is just incredible. His motor and work ethic are both tremendous as well.
And so the Grizzlies take the win. Boy, they didn't make it easy on their fans or themselves, but at the end of the day, everyone on their side is happy.
Yeah, happy indeed.